What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Khalil back here for another video, man. And today we're gonna be doing a reaction to OF models slept with 100 men under 14 hours, or in 14 hours, whatever you want to think about or say. This is very diabolical. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell if you guys are new. Let's get into this video. Oh shit, not that one again. Let's get to the video.
Like just having
yeah, just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
What?
like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
What the fuck?
Okay.
It's too late, gang.
I'm Lily Phillips, and today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
Yo, what did I just watch? So I was scrolling down the timeline looking for another commentary YouTube video to watch, and I stumbled across this masterpiece, and it has to be talked about. This is Lily Phillips, OF extraordinaire, and I think she's been featured on this channel before as somebody who's taken a lot of spin in herself in one day, but I did not know that there was a full-on documentary that was out there that existed. So I decided to watch the whole thing and talk about it with you guys, because I think that this is a great examination as to what is wrong with people today and who you should not be copying and following. With the rise of OnlyFans and content creation to this extent in the past couple of years, it only makes you think, what is the mental state behind a lot of these content creators? Well, thankfully, that's what
If you ask me, I'm not gonna lie, Lily Phillips, I feel like something traumatizing like happened to her. Like, who wakes up out of nowhere and just be like, I just want 100 men ran through me? Like, I know that may have came up like weird or whatever, but that's what she did. And you can't even take that back. Like, I'm really trying to understand why and just what. You know, like, this is gonna be all over the world. You feel me? This on media. Everybody's talking about it. Your family is gonna know about it. Like, why even do this? Like, why?
Where Josh Peters comes in. He decided to go to Lily Phillips a day before her content creation endeavor, her magnum opus, her, I don't know, Mr. Beast Squid Games, and look and see her mental state, psyche, and ask her a bunch of different questions in documentary style before the event took place. We thank Josh Peters because what is uncovered in this documentary literally has us checking in on our friends, families, and loved ones to make sure they are okay and that they do not go down the path of taking in 100 men in a single day.
Some traumatizing happened to her, I think.
When I was at university, very, very tame stuff. Hand bras, underwear, things like that. Because I was at university, I was like, I'm being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you were being a anyway?
Like, I was just being a at university. Like, I was just sleeping around with everyone.
Lily starts off by saying this is something that she's been thinking about for a long time. I mean, she was already at her college sleeping around with a bunch of men, so why not make some sort of profit off of this? And I can only think that a lot of young ladies think that same exact concept, but I think there's a difference between sleeping with a bunch of men that only exist in a certain proximity and deciding to put your online.
I've seen you say on podcasts and things before that your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just very open with it. Obviously, at the start, they were a bit apprehensive because they want me to be safe and they want me to make good decisions. I just think I can't hold myself back and do something that I don't, that I'm scared what other people might think.
So Josh spends the beginning of the video kind of going through
That's already too late.
psyche, her backstory, and showing that this is different than a typical OF situation, which I can applaud because I'm into production a lot. This isn't a situation where Lily is just propping up a phone and having 9 guys come in, or 23 guys as she lamented in the beginning. No, this is a situation where she has a full-on dedicated staff of people seeing her get drilled.
Has Kyrie texted you
Wow.
back?
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
I just want to be closer to my heater.
How was the
Oh
math
my
test?
goodness.
Don't want to talk about it.
What cold, boy?
It doesn't matter if it's just online, who can experience it in real life, right? One thing I will applaud Lily for is that she talks about the fact that she's told her parents. I think I would feel some sort of way if I found out that my daughter, my sister, my cousin took 100 guys in a day and then planned on taking 1,000.
We're not related anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. We're related, but, you know, we related from afar. You know what I'm saying? Because if my cousin, oh my God, my niece did some shit, I might have to whip her ass. You feel me? My daughter do this, I might have to disown you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna really have a long talk with you.
guys at the beginning of the year, only on the internet. And she says that her parents are proud of her. Now, you make your judgments on that. But we've
What?
seen situations
Proud of her for
online
what?
before where content creators hadn't told their family members. It got discovered online, and then it was a whole heap of hell to pay. So I'm glad she said some of the stuff, because literally the next scene where there are so many sex toys that literally the screen has to be blurred is something I would only want to find out if I was comfortable with my daughter doing this.
Be shocked as to what goes up my ass.
I'm afraid that's just a cone.
It's a hefty thing. Go up either hole.
No, it can't.
These are more like my toys. Before I do a shoot, I'll wear like a plug all day. This is
Oh
more
my
for like
freaking
girl on girl
goodness.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's got the,
Yeah, this is a mental problem.
This one's another like big kind of one.
looks angry.
That's more like a toy, but it's quite cool because you can put that in and it's like see-through and you can obviously see inside your hole.
Which is obviously great.
These ones are always fun because they get like all types of bodily liquids like in there. Vibrators, very relatable. Normal kind of looking one.
This is it's got to be some type of mental problem. I don't know. That is way too many toys. Like, this is to the point where like you're like over just erotic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like for women, it is different for men, but you know, I still feel like they're both mental problems. I still feel like they're both mental problems. Most definitely.
Toy stuff.
Oh, he's got a bum. Thank you for showing us.
No worries.
Pulling out more toys
Now you gotta
than
put it all the way
Starship,
back.
Toys R Us, and a kid's toy chest should literally have you arrested. I mean, she can't use all of them. Why does she have all of them? At this point, it is pretty clear
Collection.
she is a very greedy and gluttonous person. I mean, she loves the
Erotic.
torture or pleasure. I don't even know what to call it at this point, but we have a pretty good idea as to who Lily Phillips is. Josh raises a bunch of questions that I think are legitimate about the statistics behind this, because this can't just be a safe procedure, full stop.
100 men turning up to have sex with her for 5 minutes each in a single day. I mean, there's a decent chance that one of them is going to be dangerous. One of them might have a weapon, have a criminal record. A few of them will have STIs. You can just on a basic statistic, you can know that a few of them are going to have STIs. So let's just hope those condoms are good ones.
Josh, you know and I know that Lily is a professional.
I don't know what bro was talking about, like have a weapon. I mean, is she like getting random people off the street? Is that where you like coming from? Because the first thing I'm thinking about is like STDs or something. So.
She's got her ducks in a row. So we know that she's taking care of everything from a health and safety perspective, right?
Then you're checking that they've done an STI test?
Yeah, so prioritizing guys who have STI tests. They have to screenshot the results kind of thing. But this is the thing with it, like you can never 100% know if they've had an STI test, and even if they had, they could have slept with 10 girls in between the test and things like that. It's more just like, you know what you're getting involved in if you're willing to participate.
See, she's taking care of her health, her safety, and her well-being. We don't need to worry about her. She knows everything that she needs to know.
These guys do that on your face?
Yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? The spunk in the mouth?
It can.
So she doesn't understand.
She doesn't
the basics
know?
of how STIs
Oh my
and STDs
God.
transfer to people. She doesn't know
Holy
that people
crap.
can't just- Okay.
She
So
just
not only
said
does she not know
spunk
the
in the
basics
mouth.
of how STIs and STDs work outside of, penetrative sex, she's also willing to risk anything in order to keep this situation alive, this extreme event alive. Closer to the day of the event, people start canceling on her like the night before, which can happen in event planning. That's not something that's not quite, crazy. But the actions that Lily and her team take in order to still get the event popping is what I find to be totally insane.
It seems like things are going great. There are a lot of guys cancelling. They're scrambling now to find people at the last minute. I don't understand how the guys they're scrambling to find at the last minute are going to get STI checks in time. I feel a bit nervous going to this random Airbnb tomorrow for Lily to pull off the stunt, so I can't actually imagine how Lily must be feeling.
Lily is so reckless in her quest to fulfill her goals or her needs.
It
This
is fucking
stunt,
crazy,
as
yeah.
we're calling it now, that even on the day of, as we meet the first contestant to show up to the party or whatever you would call this, he talks about how he got messages even this morning, the morning of the event, that said, "Hey, do you know any friends?"
So you got a text, but they sent the address quite late, didn't they?
Yeah, just this morning. Funny, like on the text it was like, if you have any friends who'd like to take part, and I was like, oh,
Literally no regard for her own safety, just looking to get the next big stunt out there, and also risking the health and safety of the next 100 men or 98, however many men come after the new guy who does.
I wouldn't even be a part of this, bro. I can't do like 100 men, bro. And they just all sitting there in line, just waiting for the next and the next and the next. Like, that's crazy, bro. You know how fucking powerful just intercourse is? And you're just letting random ass people just enter you? Especially for women. Like, y'all need to be catching emotions and all types of ish. So you really just gonna have hella, I don't know. Y'all, that's a motherfucker.
Doesn't have any test results.
Soulless. Just soulless being.
And not just in a sexual way. This is somebody who doesn't care about anybody's health and safety and well-being.
Having had their IDs checked and release forms signed in order to allow
Bruh, that's
publication
hella
on
men.
OnlyFans, 6 men sat anxiously on a sofa, waiting for their turn to have sex with Lily. Meanwhile, it seemed the reality of what Lily was undertaking was starting to become slightly more real.
Hello.
Yo, this is crazy.
So excited. It's nice to actually meet you.
Bruh, somebody, like, she only got a brother, she only got a fucking, like, a sister or somebody, like.
Put you at ease a bit.
So the guys start coming in, people start approaching, and you realize how desperate these people really are in this situation. People are literally coming in the morning of, flying in from different countries, which I know are close.
Bro, y'all can't be that. It has to be like men that's just there. Listen, you know, I'm about to lose my virginity. You know, I'm gonna take my chance. You know, I haven't had butt in 16 years. This is my chance right here. And it's some men like that, bro, that just really don't get none, like, at all. So this is like their only chance to, you know, get they shine in. You feel me? And it's sad. Flying in is crazy, bro. Flying in for 5 minutes
of flying
is crazy.
From another country to have sex with this woman, to be one of 100, to get 5 minutes, because that's also a part of the rules. With
5
one woman,
minutes.
just reeks of
5
desperation
minutes.
and need for some sort of real intimacy in real life.
And that is just to just expose like how bad we are as men, bruh. You mean to tell me this nigga flew in from India, okay, to come to London just so he can have his 5 minutes of fame? That's fucking sad, bro. Sad.
Now hold on, let me stop you right here. As this video was getting edited, I was looking for other videos. Out of
all the women
on Twitter, I saw a bunch of conversation about this specific topic, and a lot of blame being shifted towards the men that were involved in this stunt. There's literally an article written by some UK writer that literally starts off by saying, "Shame on the men who exploited Lily Phillips in this situation."
They didn't exploit. That's her fault.
I agree with her in this situation that there is shame on the men, as long as there was equal shame on the women in the situation.
Yes, it's shame on both of them.
On the internet, there continues to be some sort of gender divide, and we have to continuously put disproportionate amounts of blame on one party or the other when both of them are participating in this sort of act.
She literally made this shit up, bro.
From my perspective, Lily still holds a bulk of the blame in this situation because she's the one taking on 100 people as opposed to one person doing one of them.
Lily takes on at least 90%, bro.
But the UK author who wrote the article started talking about how the pornography industry is very predatory, how there are pimps involved, how there are prostitutes involved, and she is very right. But that is not a situation that aligns right here. And I hate when they muddy up real life talking points about traffic, and they start to blend it with these independent OF content creators who want to be spectacles and make a whole bunch of money independently under their own bodily autonomy. Either you have autonomy or you don't. Lily is clearly seen to be saying that she claims to be a feminist who believes in all these different characteristics at the beginning of the video, and she also has a woman handler in the video as well. So there's no way that we can sit here and do a bunch of blaming men and them seemingly forcing her to do these things when these actions are on her own regard. Both parties are to blame and are to be looked at and to be studied, but let's not act as if she was tied down and forced to do any of this.
Like, literally, this is her plan, bruh. The fuck are you talking about? The men? To my family. That was her plan. Sopranos.
That's
a good movie.
Then, finally, the feat was complete and we were invited inside.
Sort of brains behind this and managing the whole thing. How did you think it went?
This is
Planning-wise, a bit hectic.
For sure.
I didn't know what
what to expect.
How do you think Lily found it?
I think, do you know, I've not had the chance to speak to her too much. She's been in there all day, and we've just like chucked her in the shower and like, she's exhausted. She's like, the first thing she said was like, I need a Nando's. I was like,
You've earned a Nando's.
Yeah, the Nando's is ordered. She's took it like a champ. She's done so
Took it
well.
like a
every time I've said, are you okay? Do you need a breather?
Oh my God, bro. What do you mean?
Of the whole situation. Now, because these are people that
the fuck
live
was that?
in
Cheese and
healthiest of
burritos?
ways,
The fuck
we
was
know
that?
they kept the scene spectacular, phenomenal, spotless.
I mean, it stinks.
What does it smell like?
Like brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Oh, holy
I guess it. You actually died.
Bruh, you look at her face. She look like she's just soulless. Like she just look like she got the soul sucked out of her.
Oh my
That
God.
was
Her room
fucking
looks like it was just a
crazy,
water
bro.
balloon fight in there. That is the most disgusting place I've ever seen in my life. Now, when you look at this room, you can already tell that this is not the healthiest environment. So Josh asked the $1 million question during Lily explaining how she goes about the process of handling these 100 guys in one singular day.
Make yourself at home, take your shoes off. I've got some hangers here if you want to put your coat up.
Nice.
Come on in, where you travel from?
I would
Shall
not do
Okay.
this, bruh.
Yeah,
Oh
it's so
my
nice to
God.
meet you. I'll get you on the bed, make yourself comfortable,
Yeah.
take off your
She
trousers.
looks so
and we're
just-
gonna have a fun time. And I'll give them the phone camera. I'll just say, I'm guessing you don't want your face in it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it'll be POV phone camera.
Yeah.
I'll start usually with a job, and then I say like, is there anything you like, don't like, any certain position you want to do,
Yeah.
and then yeah, we kind of got straight into
Did
it.
you do the with a condom on or
No,
no?
I
Condom off
didn't.
What?
Shouts out to you, Lily. Oral transmission of any STI or STD doesn't affect you if you do 100 guys, because if you think about it, that's an even number. So if one has it, the next doesn't have it, it just cancels it out. I'm glad that she is just
So no condom.
public health professional. That is just not sketchy and not disgusting at all. And I know a lot of people are wondering how she's walking around after something like this, how she able to narrate, how she able to function. But guys, I'm here to tell you, there was not a singular big dick in the bunch.
Surprisingly, downstairs is not really sore.
Hey, when you've only taken shrimp all day, it's not going to be the worst. Now, speaking of shrimp, Josh asked the question that provokes the viral clip that has been seen 160 something plus million times across the internet. What is she eating today? Now, the reason why this clip to me and to a lot of people is so very interesting is because you see a moment of weakness in Lily.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yam yam. Yam yam, is that what they're called? A little pastry. And then I think I had a sandwich, and that was kind of, and then the rest come.
I don't know
She
about
just
you
looks-
guys, but I interpreted those pauses, these moments of silence as very sad. Even if you look
Very
into this
sad.
woman's eyes, she looks soulless and numb about the situation.
Yes.
And we've already discovered that she's not taking massive size in this situation. She is soulless and numb because the act that she did, even to her standards, seems to be disgusting. There's no other way to put it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She does not feel good about what she just did. To me, she looks like she's holding back tears. And as the clip continues, it's no longer possible to hold those tears back in this action that just robbed her of a level of not just innocence, but humanity.
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a pro in a sense of like, it's just a different
Bruh.
feeling. I don't know how
The dark circle around her eyes, bruh. You could just tell she just got robbed of all her energy. Like, she is gone.
to explain
I
it,
don't-
like just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than
And
you
that's
thought it
terrible.
Definitely.
would.
And she regrets it now.
Just take
Yeah, 1 minute.
And you just
Now, we've
did
seen
that, and then
athletes
you
cry
start
after
crying.
major performances. I'm thinking about Kobe Bryant winning championships, LeBron James winning his first for Cleveland, Super Bowl performances, things like that. But this isn't that situation. Sure, she put her body through something very rigorous, and ultimately she completed her goal. But at the end of the day, there's nothing fulfilling about this. Earlier in the video, Lily claimed to be a so-called feminist, but
Oh
I promise
my
you, modern day feminism
God.
is totally bastardized compared to what it once was. And I'm
What
not
type of
comparing it. This
feminist
is
is
a
that?
video about that. Trust me, I'm not one of those guys, but this isn't a stance for feminism. This isn't about women's liberation. This isn't about equal rights in any sort of way. This is just somebody who is gluttonous to the point that they're doing something that is soulless, and they couldn't even recognize what they were doing in the moment or leading up to it, because this has been such a jolly video. But now, living with the aftermath, you have to sit with yourself and say, I took 100 penises.
the awkward interaction of like you feel pressure to...
And just a reminder, there's people like this on the earth. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Not to be mean, but I really don't feel bad about, like, you know, I feel bad, of course, but like the little things I may have done, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? And I'm trying to say, like, I've been stealing, you know, I stole before. Like, you know, those little petty little bad things and shit, you know. I really don't feel bad for the little thing, because there's people out there like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like damn, you feel me? And shit, when I do something, it makes it seem like it's like the worst thing in the world, and just compare it to somebody else or to somebody else's stands or what they be doing. It comes nowhere near like something like this, you know? Like as bad as this. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say the category. I'm just saying the equal amount of how bad this is, literally. For one, it's on the internet forever. For two, you gotta live with that for your whole entire life. And three, what do you gain from this? You don't gain anything from this. And you're very much likely is going to be like, you know, single for all your life, not unless some, you know, simp is just going to take you or want to be with you. But other than that, like, what was the whole point of that? Like, you could tell her face just looks so gone. She's so numb and just, she looked like she's about to go in depression, you know. You feel me? Her soul is literally sucked out of her. And these dark circles around her eyes is just...
I have to make them calm.
She is crazy, bro.
You haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like they didn't... Like, you didn't give them a good time.
She has some type
like
of...
they got 2 minutes.
And that...
She's going through some type of, you know, mental problem. For me, you know what I'm saying? I don't be feeling like crashing out in certain type of ways like this. You feel me? I just go to the gym, you feel me? I feel like the gym is like the best thing ever. And it could go for females too if you feel like you thinking kind of irrational. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your mind back straight. Let's go to the gym real quick, you feel me? Like, the gym is my vice, you know what I'm saying? So when I start thinking kind of irrationally, like, oh, I'm about to, you know, I gotta come back to myself. I'll either meditate or go to the gym. Either one of those two things, bro. I don't, you know what I'm saying? There's no need for some, you know, quick pleasure or anything like that. Just gym, go for a walk, you know, breathe the fresh air, be happy that you're alive, and go about your day. But going to this high ass, just, this don't make no sense, man.
What's
fucking crazy?
What's making you feel emotional? Is that maybe you think you didn't give some guys a good enough time today?
Yeah, and it's hard, I think, having the interactions with them when they're like, what, you're not going to make me finish? I've come all this way. Like, kind of like...
Interested in a career in tech? Then you need
to watch
this
the
video,
men are
because
sad
there's
as
a
hell,
unique,
bro.
proven method
Yeah, I'm not
we've
letting the
been
men
using.
slide.
Guilt trip.
The men are sad. They are sad. You're not as sad as her, but you're crazy. Let me find out one of y'all niggas literally flew in from a whole different country. You flew from America, from New York, I don't care, bruh, to go all the way here in London to get 5 minutes of fame. You my boy, you are cooked. You are cooked. You're good enough as a cuck, and that, like, you're weird. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like,
Me a little bit.
What Lily's describing here is something that's been championed in modern time, which is casual sex. I know it's a great revelation that this OF content creator has discovered the negative impacts of casual sex and ultimately prostitution. I don't know what you can and can't say on YouTube. That will get flagged. But this is why I'm not an advocate for stuff like this. It's an act that's not fulfilling, and it honestly doesn't make anybody feel good outside of the 2 seconds where you actually come or get your climax. It's an act that doesn't feel good. There is no emotional connection with your partner that you are having sex with, especially in the manner that she did it. But that's the whole thing that sex is supposed to be. It's an intimate act that's supposed to be reserved for couples that are really, really close and are in some sort of relationship. It's not something that should just be replicated week in, week out, day in, day out, or hell, as Lily was.
It really shouldn't, because you really do that, you start losing, you know what I'm saying, yourself. And I ain't gonna lie to you, boy, that dopamine gonna start dying out, boy, and you're gonna get bored with doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying, like, very erotic. Like, men do this and they'll like go over their limits and they'll get tired of doing it because the dopamine don't hit no more. They will start going to men and doing men. And then beyond from there, you feel me? And you think this shit is literally scientifically. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that shit is real. That shit is real. That's so don't, you know, overdo it. Especially if you overdo it, overdo it with the person that you in love with, at least. And then sometimes take a break from doing it and go outside and touch grass. Like, you feel me? That's all I got to say, but
doing
that's
5
wild
minutes in
as
and
fuck,
5 minutes
bro.
out, you
That's
won't make
fucking
that
crazy.
person feel special. The guy
won't.
or the girl. Why?
Yeah.
Because that's not what it's made to do. But when you think about having somebody entering your body, something so sacred, it should be a situation where at least one person on one end feels special. But this is the life she chose. Lily spends the rest of the documentary in her time with Josh basically crying and lamenting how she just does not feel good after she took 100 guys. This is her dream. This is her fantasy. And it's amazing how after accomplishing this feat that she had pedestalized, that she does not feel fulfilled, especially after all the penis.
Of course.
But this is the nature of sex work.
You're not
And
gonna
just
feel.
like anybody seeking any sort of internet validation, any sort of internet claim, any sort of internet clout, Lily then right after puts out a post saying that she's willing to take on 1,000 guys in February, 10xing the number that she originally had.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting run through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go.
What the hell, bruh? Bruh, throw her in the ocean. She just said 1,000 men. She's not gonna be able to do it. I mean, hell, hey, why not? You just took 100, so. Shit.
For 1,000.
Why
So,
not?
look, I don't have any sympathy for her. And
I don't
this
either.
was honestly some of the craziest stuff that I've ever seen. But I think that there is one tweet that I saw after all this that summed up my feelings towards this whole video. Her father and his friends are subscribed to her OnlyFans. Her PA, even though Lily did want to take breaks and stop at some points, actively kept urging her to do it, which meant she didn't care about her and was almost hooked up to this clout machine because people honestly live based off of her taking penis. She actively disassociates with whatever is going on. She convinces herself that this is some sort of accomplishment and that she had to struggle doing this because she deprived herself from sleep and food, and et cetera, et cetera. And ultimately, she left with trauma out of the situation. I think this tweet poses a great question. Are we supposed to believe that OnlyFans isn't hurting women in the world? Lily made this into her Super Bowl, and she's honestly making the next event into her World Cup. But what doesn't make sense is there were a bunch of negatives after the fact, and really little to no positives before the fact. Look, I think women took the sexual liberation movement and turned it into something that it is totally not. This was about women's abilities to have sex outside of marriage, which I'm okay with. If you're not married, if you get divorced and you want to have sex after that, that's perfectly fine. It was about birth control. It was about abortion. It was about lesbians being able to have sex. Things that I'm all down for. But if this is what sexual liberation is, I think it's becoming more of a spectacle than something that's actually advocating for anything that's right or good. Josh, thank you for your beautiful documentary. Lily, I hope you seek help.
She needs way more than help. She needs way more than help. Way more than help. So yeah. I don't know what to say, man. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you really feel like you need to endure in so much pleasure in a certain way, you know what I'm saying, go and seek some help. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about on the limits of what this girl is going for. You feel me? please seek some help. Go drink some water, go for a walk, or go to the gym. Eat some fruit, you feel me? Breathe some air. It's your boy Khalil, and I'm out, man. Peace.